Monte this week has the U.S. Open coming up, the first stage or whatever. When you're really trying to hone in on your actual scoring skills, what are some of the drills you might do in your practice time?
I hit loads of like 50 and 60 yard wedges, L wedges,
Yeah.
and then my pitching wedge 90 and 100. So the max on my L wedge,
50 and 60 yard L wedges.
Yeah, and
that's more of like a sequence thing rather
Right.
than trying to
right. You know, my L wedge, I mean, I'd probably hit it 110 if I wanted to, but I generally don't hit it more than 95 or 100.
Yeah.
So that's about 50 or 60%. And then my pitching wedge is about 135, 140. And so I try to hit that about 100.
Yeah.
And what that does is that just gets me the feel that, you know, I'm controlling my club, getting my arms out in front of me.
And you're just taking your left arm to parallel with the
parallel
ground,
to
like
the
P3.
ground. Right.
Yeah.
Parallel to the ground.
Okay.
Trying to control my spin, trying to control my trajectory, trying to control my bottom.
So those are really good full swing things, really.
Oh yeah.
And then as far as scoring around the green, what kind of drills are you doing?
I work on hitting the ball to the same pin with different clubs.
Okay.
You know.
So from around the green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just gets me in, you know,
a creative kind of mind space.
Exactly. And the original question about putting, people who have lag putting problems almost universally don't hit the ball solid.
Yeah, they're all over the face.
They're all over the face. And almost, I mean, nearly 100% of the time, they're all over the face on a longer putt because they rotate their hips.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I mean, there are very few universal things in golf.
So when you have to start to you really take it back a little further because it's a long putt, you start to get some rotation in there.
And that is just dead.
Yeah.
You know, when you start rotating your hips, the odds of hitting the ball in the middle of the putter face start to go down, 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 especially on the through stroke.
Yeah.
You know, but because it's a longer swing, you know, it's natural. When you start to move your arms and shoulders more, the hips want to rotate.
Yeah.
When they rotate back, they want to rotate through. Awful.
Two things I would recommend for that. The first thing is I would go way back in the history of Be Better Golf. You'll see this thing called Best Putting Training Aid free. I demonstrate how you can make this free training aid to be able to hit it right in the center of the face with 2 T's. For that hip thing, might be good to like take an alignment rod, put it through your belt, through your belt loops, and that way you can visually see as you're taking it back, it's going like this and that.
I've done that to people. I've had people just get, I mean,
irritated,
so mad at me that they're ready to take a swing. There's no effing way I move my hips on that. And I put a stick or I turn on the video and they're like, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not just subtle. I mean, they're rotating them 20 and 30 degrees back and through, and they think that they would swear that they're not budging.
And if you're all over the face, that's going to, on a 45-foot putt, that's going to be the difference of 10 feet.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You'll generally speaking, when you rotate your hips too much, you hit high. You hit high on the ball, and the ball bounces.
Okay.
So the difference between
you're thinning it a little bit.
So that on like a 30-foot, 35-foot straight, no slope putt, I mean, all of a sudden you're leaving it short, leaving it short, leaving it short. Well, okay, your brain adapts to that. You start hitting those harder. All of a sudden you get lucky and you square one up and you run it 15 feet by. So, you know,
who can be consistent?
Right, and that's almost universally the problem.